Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming a beautiful makeup, and this is going to be a prom look that I'm putting up for this year. I went to prom last year, so I just kind of wanted to put all the things that I used towards my look for prom 2013 to help you out if you guys are going to be going to prom this year, maybe next year. But it's a very versatile look, so even if you aren't wearing this to prom, you could totally wear this somewhere else. I just think that this is the generic look that probably looks good on every skin tone with any dress, so I kind of really thought that out for you. If you do want to change the eyeshadow, you know, maybe like add something to it, go ahead. I really don't care. But if you do end up trying this look, please tweet me the picture. I'd love to see it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And yeah, see you in a couple seconds. Alright, so to begin, you want to make sure you moisturize your face. That's probably the most important. That's kind of technically called like priming. So I am not going to be using a primer in this situation. I'm just going to be using the Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer. SPF is really what makes your face a little bit more white. You kind of look like a ghost when you take pictures, especially with flash. So I would recommend that if you have the choice, maybe stop by Sephora, get, you know, a sample of their non-SPF moisturizers, or if you have one around the house, that's great. Foundation is probably the hardest thing to pick, especially for prom, because you usually want something, as I said before, without SPF. You also want something to match your skin color at the day of prom. You don't want to get, you know, a foundation that's too pale for you if you end up going tanning, and you don't want something that's too orange for you, because that is probably the main mistake that people make. Now, I feel like if you take a couple foundation colors in your range, you can't go wrong. Usually I buy two colors that I feel like I might be in between, and then I just mix and match them. So I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Stay. So ready, you're just going to dunk this in there and then dab this product all over your face. But you always want to start out with just a little bit and then work to more and more foundation as you need it. You don't want to overdo it. Now, to blend this out, I usually use my hands. I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, I feel like you never do your foundation as good if you use, you know, a brush or a beauty blender or something. Now, on clients, I usually use a sponge. You can find makeup sponges anywhere, really. But I usually just use sponges on other people, but for myself, I prefer to use my hand. Now for under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline, I believe this is called the Fit Me concealer, and I love this one for under eyes. I always use it. It's a light shade, probably like a shade lighter than my skin tone, as you can see. It's number 15, I think. If you put it on properly, you're going to look phenomenal. So really just take care of your concealer. So now I always use my finger. What you're going to do, look up and just tap with your middle finger. I usually just go like this, take my pointer finger, put it on top of this in order to control it kind of, and then just kind of push down. Now you're going to want to set your makeup with a powder. This one is going to be the one that I'm going to be using. It is from Revlon. It's the Nearly Naked in 010 Fair. We're going to start from the center of your face and work outwards. Now I usually start in my forehead because this is a place where a lot of people get oily. So you start off right here in between your eyebrows and work your way outward. Now for prom especially, you're going to want your makeup to end up being matte. So I like to use the NYC. This is the Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny. And the reason why I'm using this is because it is one of my favorite matte bronzers that are on the market at the drugstore right now. Now I feel like blush is sometimes optional, but I'm going to be using Tickled Pink from e.l.f. And I'm just going to take this with a nice fluffy brush, tap it into the product, get a little bit on there, smile. Now the next most important thing is eyebrows, and eyebrows definitely need to be done in some way if you normally do them, or kind of just brushed out nicely. So I'm going to be using a powder. This one's actually from NYX, and I'm going to be placing this in order to shape my eyebrows. Now if you don't normally shape your eyebrows, it's perfectly okay. Just make sure that you get them done before prom. And on the day of prom, just kind of take a spoolie. If you don't have one of those, definitely just look into getting one from like Victoria's Secret's makeup counters or anything like that. Now I'm just going to be taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil to prime my eyelids and give them just a little bit more stickiness so that the powder eyeshadows that I'm going to be using hold on better. And then just blend it in with your finger. Now one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time is Celebrity by e.l.f. and it's a mineral shadow. So it's definitely really cheap, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful all over the lid color. Now being very, very careful with this product, I'm just going to place a little bit on the brush and start blending it all over my lid. Now taking a matte brown shade, something that is along the lines of this color right here in this Expert Wear eyeshadow palette from Maybelline, you're going to go ahead and apply this into your crease to just kind of start defining it and give it a little bit more, you know, depth. So I'm just going to use a blending brush and lightly kind of just pat this in there. Now you want to take very little at a time so that it doesn't look too dramatic. It's supposed to be a very subtle kind of a color difference. Now to darken up the crease, I'm going to take a little bit more of a specific brush and take this dark color in the corner to just define the crease even further. But at this point it's going to be a little bit more dramatic, so you should be really careful with it. I'm going to tap this color on the outer V like this. And then I'm going to bring it up. Now my favorite highlight from the drugstore of all time is from this Spirited Seas palette from Maybelline, and it's this color right here. It's my favorite highlight, especially for golden looks like these. You can see I already added the highlight on this part, this eye, so we're going to do the same thing on the other eye. Show you guys how to do the eyeliner. Obviously if you don't like the wing, you can definitely make it a little smaller. I'm just showing you how to do it. The way I ended up doing it on my prom, I ended up making it this long. So basically I'm going to be using the NYX The Curve liner, which is, you know, a drugstore eyeliner, so it should be accessible to many people. Now I'm just going to take this NYX Kohl Kajal black liner and line the lower lash line and inner kind of thing with it. And I'm going to do this really lightly. Alright, so now that I curled my lashes, I am just going to go ahead and apply Lash Blast Length mascara, which looks like this. just to coat my lashes. This is what mine look like. This is my second time wearing them, so excuse me if they're kind of gross. But this is what they look like. They're very, like, you know, light. They're gonna blend in with my lashes nicely. The important thing also, a lot of people forget, wait 30 seconds for the glue to dry. It has to get tacky before you actually put it up to your eye. So. Alright, so basically, now that I applied the lashes, I actually just go in and I curl the fake eyelashes with my real lashes. That give me a little bit more like of a volume sort of thing going on here. Now, besides the actual lashes, I like my lashes to be dark, so I like to go in with Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal. And just coat the lashes one time so that they match my lashes and kind of blend in together real nicely. Now for lips, I'm just going to go ahead and line them. I think that's probably one of the most important things also for prom. And I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible 6-Hour Liner in Nude. So the lipstick I'm going to be using is actually from Maybelline, and it's called Strike a Rose. One of my favorites, honestly, so gorgeous. I think lips like these that are just, they're berry, but they're not necessarily like nude or too dark. They are great, especially in pictures. They just look so nice. If you want to go a little bit more nude, you can definitely go with Totally Toffee. That's also a great color by Maybelline. A Revlon lip gloss. This one is called Peony. I'm not sure if there's a second word that is part of that name, but whatever. I'm going to apply this just on the center of the lip. And the last step is just going to make sure that you put a finishing spray on, and I'm going to be using the NYX matte finishing spray, and this just, like, you know, face the spray and spray. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely wore something along these lines to prom. To be honest, I don't remember what I wore to prom with my makeup, because I did it in such a rush and it was like the 4th time I was doing my makeup. I could probably tell you what palette I used, but I can't really think of what the makeup actually looked like. But this is the best I could do with drugstore products, so hopefully it helped you out to decide what you should be doing for your prom. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, and subscribe to my vlog channel if you want to see how much I suffered making this video. I vlogged for you guys. It was so funny. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you check out the hair that is going to go with this. I'm going to be doing an updo right now. So yeah. And go check out my 10 things I wish I knew before prom if you haven't seen that yet. My whole entire prom series. Bye guys.